respect to Langston Hughes. He's the inventor of jazz poetry 1902. Also, Valentine's Day passed. I hope everyone had a good one. Or if you didn't, that's okay too. But I still hope you had a good day. Also, make the money, don't let the money make you. That's from the Players Club movie quote. So before we get into anything, how do you relate to that quote?
Oh, yeah, definitely some good words to live by.
Yeah. All right, and then
Yeah.
so we're with Mike Cotter. He's going to be also doing a live paint demo. So yeah, and as you can see, all these are some of his art pieces he's done. Um. So yeah, what's what's your origin story? Kind of like like a superhero. What's your origin
Superhero stuff.
story?
I think I started out wanting to do art, looking more like the craft and the technical aspect of it. Just trying to depict an object as real as I can and kind of learn to craft that way. But it's been evolving from there to more abstract.
Yeah,
Um,
and who your inspirations?
there's so many out there. Gosh, where to even start? I really like Sargent, his figurative paintings, all the way to more modern like Van Gogh, Dali, more kind of surreal. It's kind of all over the place.
Oh yeah, what's his name? So like, was it Salvador Dali, like
Yeah,
him, right? Yeah, and then like Vincent Van Gogh. The dude who did the Scream painting, what was his name? Edward
the
something.
screen. Edward Hopper.
No, it's not Edward Hopper, but he did the it's the famous screaming face one.
Oh, Edward Munch,
Yes,
something like
yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah, so those people like that inspire you.
definitely. Yeah, each one of those have their own like movements in history, which I think are just kind of fascinating to learn about.
Yeah. And AI will hurt people and like how would you say it affects you like in what
AI,
you do?
you know, I think it's been getting a lot of bad rap, but it's just another tool. Um, and I think if you use it right, it can help create your craft even better.
Yeah.
I know a lot of artists are using it for concepts and stuff, and they're making good artwork out of it.
And how is the painting and drawing and sculpting and play, theater, and Broadway industry compared to the rest of it? Because I know you're like all like kind of jumbled into like the same thing because it all like relates. Because you see plays, you see artwork like that, you see theater, you see stuff like that, you see sculpting, you see art like that. So how does it all come to play compared to the rest of the industry and the struggles?
Um, you know, as far as like play goes, like people got to make props and backdrops and painting, scenery to make the audience feel like they're the part of whatever they're performing. So I think it's definitely intertwined.
Yeah. Have you ever did like projects for that kind of stuff?
I have not. No, I've had some mentors that have done like posters and things for plays, but
Who were your mentors and some good artists who do what you
um,
do in Arizona?
well, I first started going to art school actually in Wyoming, and so Nancy Madura was a pretty big inspiration. Like she was all over the place. She did an ad for like Absolute Vodka.
Yeah,
She did like plays for the local theater. Like she'd do the posters and just really great like technical work. And then as far as like trying to think what else, Stephen Assail.
yeah,
He's probably one of the top figurative artists in the country, and his work is just phenomenal.
yeah. And tell me a little. So I can't see. So is that's already done over there, or
But this,
yeah,
well, this is kind of part of a new series that I've been doing.
yeah,
I've been recycling old artwork or artwork that I did not know where to go,
yeah,
and then I've been making it into new. So like I don't know if the camera.
yeah,
This one with the TV on it was a intaglio print that
yeah,
now I'm putting oil paint on top of it to make a new artwork out of it. So kind of similar to that, this was a
Yeah.
photograph of a smashed television I did years ago. It used
Yeah.
to be real big. I cropped it down to 2 panels, and I wanted to paint like a realistic sphere in the middle of
Yeah.
it to kind of go with this circle thing I've been having going with my abstract art.
And how about what's your worst fear and near death experience?
Worst fear for near death experience.
Well, yeah, I mean both worst fear and near death
Oh, worst
experience.
fear.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Probably being on YouTube is one of them.
Yeah.
um, and then you ask if I've ever had a near death experience.
Yeah.
I haven't. I know a lot of people don't like flying and
Yeah.
turbulence and stuff, but I remember flying one time with my wife. I took some Dramamine, and it was a really bad flight, and I guess people were screaming, and
Damn.
I slept through it.
Wow.
So
That's remarkable.
that might have been the only near death experience I have, and I wasn't even awake. So.
So you do art better in the day or the nighttime, or how's the inspiration come about?
Um, I think the best way is just to have it set up in my corner of my studio, and then that way I can just go to it whenever I have a few minutes.
Yeah.
I think just walking by it, and I might see something different in a different light, and work on it for a few minutes, and then
Yeah.
move on. So.
And how about you ever come across in any copyright issues with your art, like if other people like either they try to steal your art and claim it as theirs, or they try to say your stuff is similar to theirs or something?
No, I haven't experienced any of that. If someone tries to claim my artwork as theirs, I guess that's just more exposure for me. So,
Yeah.
if they can find a way to make money out of it, if they can let me know how they do that, I think I'll be.
So do you consider this stuff like gothic Twilight Zone type shit, or like what you like consider it?
That's a good question. I think there's an element of surrealism in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to describe it.
Yeah.
Like the spheres have been and the circles have been taken on its own thing. It's almost like a being or maybe a portal or just something kind of like a natural element that but it makes it give it like an unnatural theme for just where I place it.
Oh, okay. So have you had any paranormal experiences then?
No, but there was my wife and I were at her aunt's house years ago, and this little soap bubble. I don't know if she was washing the dishes or something, but the soap bubble appeared, and it was
Yeah.
floating around the condo for a long time, and it was just really
Yeah.
weird. Like the more like looking at it, it became something a little bit more than a soap bubble. It almost just like it had its own life, and it was just kind of floating around, and
Yeah.
it was just really kind of fascinating just to study a simple object, and in return, it comes with brings more meaning to it. So.
And so you're painter and drawer. So besides that, and all the art you do, if you had no choice, like what would you rather be? A realtor, a porn star, or a scientist?
Probably a scientist.
Yeah, why is that?
Kind of. I'm just like fascinated by like ordinary objects and like to
Yeah.
study something more like either insects or animals. I think a lot of those end up in my artwork as well. So
Yeah.
I think it would just kind of a broad like fascination with science. I think science and art kind of go hand in hand.
So what element would you consider yourself in science and in your spirit animal?
I really like alligators.
Yeah.
So maybe some kind of reptile or.
And how about what science element would you consider yourself?
An element?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, probably some sort of mineral or even dirt or
Yeah.
something kind of grounded.
So with your art, are there any pieces that you see yourself in, or that are related to people that you know in person?
As far as like my artwork,
Yeah.
um, no, I think my stuff's more like kind of like inanimate, like objects. So not really too much people. I mean, I do enjoy like figure drawing and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, but yeah, my artwork is not really too much people based. I think at this or figure based at this point.
And how about if there was like an artist strike, what are changes that you think should be done? I will say this: I think people things that need to be changed is a lot of people only work with artists because they have a higher net worth, like they work with the artists if they To me, I think you should work with the artists if you really support and fuck with the artists, but not just because of their net worth is higher versus the artist who's got skill. So if you do an artist strike, like what would changes that need to be done in this field to help people out like you get more recognition and get more money.
I think like the art world, like Thursday, I was just at the Scottsdale Art Walk and
Yeah.
visiting all the galleries there, and I don't know if I'd say lack of education, but like people think one artwork or one medium is superior over another one, or
Yeah.
I think the art world, there's no rules. There's no right way or wrong way to make something. I think doing things like this show and kind of going against the norm, I think is a start.
Yeah.
Just make it more like a community. Get artists together, sharing their art, talking about it. Even throw some music in there. Do an art show. Have like a live group playing, or
Yeah.
just have like collectively, like just do something like these other galleries aren't doing. I think would be a
Yeah,
great way to
there's
do
this
it.
famous artist. I think his name's Garibati, I think, or something like that. I can't even say his name. He's from another country. I know that. And he did an art piece for Juice World, and he was like painting, and he was painting for a Juice World music video. He's done a lot of other rappers too, but I thought it was like really amazing. Like he's known from America's Got Talent, and it was just really cool to see that because he was uniting the music and the art together. The only other time I seen that was some comic artist. He was at I think a Tech Nine or Twisted show, and while they were on stage, he was like doing his art while they were like performing, and I think it really brings a new element to it because I feel like in this industry, a lot of people don't pay artists enough or respect them enough. They look more to the musicians and the actors, their forefront. um, but I'll never understand that. I really will never understand that because without the art, your music ain't gonna go anywhere. Your movie ain't gonna go anywhere. Not even your video games gonna go anywhere without the art. That's a very important thing to bring life to it.
Yeah, it's also kind of a blessing in a way too. Um, like uh, like an artist, like if you're famous, they could walk down the street and nobody's going to know their name, which is kind of neat. Other than being like a movie star or a rap artist or something, like you couldn't go anywhere without someone recognizing you or knowing you.
Yeah.
So I think the art world's kind of unique in a way too, that you know uh, you could be super famous in everyday life and like, nobody's going to know who you are, which is, I don't know.
So, would you rather have your art in a movie, a game, a book, a comic book, a phone app, a toy, TV show, a play, or in a Broadway?
There's a lot of choices there. I'd have to pick a different. Eventually, I want to be like in galleries.
Yeah.
So kind of just aspiring to get to that level.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, if they use it for alternate like venues and stuff, I think like books or video games, I think would be,
Yeah.
or even like in a movie. Like sometimes I see like famous artwork in movies, and
Yeah.
I'm probably the only art geek that notices it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen that. Like in what was it? Creep Show. They have a lot of amazing art in there, and then Tales from the Crypt, the Outer Limits, Twilight Zone. Of course, there's bands like Pink Floyd, Rush, Led Zeppelin, Eagles. They use a lot of great artists too. Iron Maiden, of course. Kiss. even Ozzy, they I mean even people like Eminem, Machine Gun Kelly, the art is really remarkable. It's really really it's groundbreaking. But what the saddest thing is that most people don't know who that artist was who did that art. And I think that's just really sad. But your shirt, is that like a cowboy or something?
Yeah, it's Val Kilmer from the Tombstone movie.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. So if you had to be a cowboy, like a famous cowboy, who would you be, and what Western series or movie would you have made?
Oh, it would definitely be this character, Doc Holliday.
Yeah,
Uh, so probably my favorite Western icon. I think I've
yeah,
come across. Um, yeah, the dude was probably underrated. I think he's considered one of the most deadly pistols in the West, but like
yeah.
just only famous for the OK Corral shootout. So
Have you been there, Tombstone?
I have.
It is an amazing place.
It's cool. It's like taking a step back in history.
Oh yeah. So I mean, what history period do you wish you could have lived in?
Man, it's a good probably just thinking about like artwork, probably like the Renaissance and all the old masters are around doing sculptures and
Yeah, that is really cool. You do sculpting too?
did a little bit in college.
Yeah. So speaking the Renaissance time, well, I mean, what would you rather be? A knight, a prince, a jester, or you know, a torture device?
um, Probably a knight.
Yeah.
I think just having all that gear would be really cool.
Oh yeah, and King Arthur was a remarkable guy. He was
That would
just
be something.
yeah, it would definitely be something. Um so what rock band would you be in?
Wouldn't want to mess up their music, but probably something like Tool.
Yeah. Well, I mean the way I consider it, there's always a great artist behind every band. So even if you didn't do music, you could just do all their art. I mean, Iron Maiden, they got a really famous artist. He does all their art, their logos, and all that, their character. And he's pretty much a member of the band.
Right.
Then there's like projects like he's a rapper. I don't think you've probably heard of him, but he's called Adeko, Deko. Um, and he has an artist called Ocean World, and he does all his art, but he's considered a member of his group, But I mean, even though he's a rapper, but they're considered like the same entity because they work together.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Even like Tool. Like I don't want to quote it wrong. I think the artist name is Alex Gray that does all the
Yeah.
imaging stuff for Tool. Like that guy is he's amazing.
Have you ever got to meet any of the people you look up to in this industry for your art?
Yeah, Stephen Assail. I took a week long class with him, and I think I learned more in that week than some classes that were a whole semester long.
Yeah.
And he does figurative work, but I mean that was just a great experience. Like just walking down the street with the guy or going to lunch, like nobody knows I'm standing next to like one of the most famous modern day like masters of our time, and it's just
for people who don't know, what are some of his artwork that he's done?
He does figure painting and drawing, and he really likes like alternative type people, like piercings and tattoos, and
yeah,
I can see him doing a picture review. Like,
yeah,
like he likes color and but then paints it like in the like similar to like how like Rembrandt would paint, but like modern times.
Yeah,
it's just really fascinating.
So what countries have you got to travel to, and what's a country that if you could, you would just own the country because you love the country so much?
Good question. I the only other country well, been to Mexico, and then I say Japan.
Yeah.
That was a completely different culture. Just really fascinating being in Japan. I would like to go back there someday. Other than that, gosh, I would like to go to like so many different places.
Yeah.
I mean, Paris would be great. Like the art world out there.
It's
Maybe
remarkable.
maybe seeing some of like the old masters
Yeah,
work, Dali Museum, or
yeah.
even like Amsterdam. See like Van Gogh and like Rembrandt. Like there's just so many out there.
So, your childhood, how was your childhood? And from there, what inspired you to go this direction in your life?
I always drawing and sketching and making stuff my whole life. Like my parents would have to hide art supplies from me. I would go through it all in a day. So it's just it's always been there. And then I know
Yeah,
when I decided to go to college, I was actually studying biology, and we had to draw like a life cycle of plants and animals. And
yeah,
I drew this awesome picture, and we're getting ready to turn it in. And I'm looking around at the other students, and I'm like, "Gosh, you guys don't know how to draw."
yeah.
um, and that just kind of inspired me that I had something a little bit different than what everybody else did. So I ended up switching my major to art.
So, would you be Godzilla or King Kong? Because I feel like with your art, I feel like you would be like one or the other, but also the artist who did Godzilla or King Kong also amazing too. So, you could either be the artist or you could just be the creature.
Definitely Godzilla.
Yeah. What makes you fascinated with him versus King Kong?
Um, yeah, just something with reptiles. Like I just always, I don't know. Yeah, I've always liked lizards
Yeah.
and snakes. And
And how about mythical creatures? It's obvious based on your art, you love a lot of mythical things. So, what is a mythical creature? If it was real, you're like, damn, I would have that mythical creature as a pet.
uh, gosh, yeah, I wouldn't say Godzilla because I mean you wouldn't be able to contain him. Uh, I don't know. Could I maybe like a Ninja Turtle or something like on that line?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you consider that mythical creature in a way. I mean, because they're not real.
Right.
As far as I know, they might be. I don't know. So, you know, also based on your art, um, like who would you say that you like more, like a Power Ranger or Transformer? Because I feel like they could fit in any of these kind of art pieces. It'd be remarkable.
Definitely Transformers.
Yeah. Do you think that's like the future that will happen, like real Transformers in real life?
I hope so. I hope I see it. That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. That'd be remarkable. So what country singer would you want to do an album cover for?
Oh, say Zach Brown.
Oh, he's amazing. You ever see him in concert or meet him?
I've seen him in concert once. Yeah, it was really blew me away. Like I've always appreciated country, but I didn't realize how good of musicians those guys were.
Yeah.
Um, they covered a Metallica song, and the violinist nailed the solo on his violin. It was just amazing.
Oh, that must have been remarkable. So, you know, a lot of your artwork is just it's like it's really really dark and out there. So, which horror movie character would you be?
Maybe Jason.
Oh, Jason's amazing. I've had the honor to meet a lot of the actors. They're really nice people. They're really fit. They're also stuntmen, and that's the remarkable thing about them is they're stuntmen. And they get set on fire, they get thrown around. Like it's not fake with them. Like that shit really happens with them. Like they are tough as fuck, and that's amazing thing. Which would you say is your favorite Jason film?
Oh, um, there's so many, but I say Freddy versus Jason was great. Seeing those two icons like just fighting. I mean, it was kind of over the top, but I think it's a
Yeah.
good movie.
So like this one for the TV, is that kind of like inspired by Poltergeist? You know how like the girl like had her hands to the TV and shit.
No, that's kind of where the piece is almost coming across like there's something supernatural there, but no,
Yeah.
it's it was a weird period, like when everybody was buying flat screen TVs, and so like everybody was putting their old TVs out on the sidewalk, and I just thought that was a fascinating kind of concept, like seeing something
Yeah.
just sitting there by itself. So yeah, it's almost like its own entity, I guess.
So, what would you be though? A Grim Reaper, Killer Clown, or a Witch Doctor?
Grim Reaper.
Do you believe in the Grim Reaper, like actually, as the actual entity, or like, just like there's like a metaphor?
Probably more like a metaphor. I don't really believe that it's actually out there.
Well, you never know.
Sure, yeah.
So, do you have like a dream artist to work with or dream project to do?
Not necessarily. I think it's constantly like evolving, so I don't know like where my work's gonna go. Did you want me to do a little bit of painting while I come?
Oh yeah,
Or...
yeah, of course. Yeah, I was like, I got so, yeah, my bad. Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
can just.
yeah. All right, we'll be back, and then we'll. Oh yeah. My bad. Sorry,
Oh, you're
my
fine.
bad.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
All right. Let's get into the art demo. Oh, awesome! Kind of reminds me of what's that famous dude? That guy with the afro. What's his name?
Oh, Bob Ross.
Yes.
I thought it would be funny to show up in here, like get
Yeah.
a wig or something and come
Yeah.
and dress like him, but I don't know. So I guess I'm kind of continuing like with this abstract theme and
Yeah.
circles. So my goal was to paint like a realistic sphere on this image.
Yeah.
I don't know what the. So I'm just using a little bit of just regular oil. I mixed up some paint ahead of time just to save some time.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of thinking of it like a light value and a dark value. It doesn't really matter which side you work on. Just there's no like really right way, but I'll just start kind of putting down some value to see like what it looks like in relation to everything else.
Yeah.
Do you do any artwork?
I try to draw, but mainly I do interviews, videography, photography, graphic art, concept art, poetry, journalism, video journalism, promoting A&R, modeling, just stuff like that. Skating, like skateboarding, gamer, all that good stuff.
I haven't been on a skateboard in years though.
Yeah, I haven't. I've never really been good at like painting or drawing, really. But graphic art, a remarkable graphic art. So when it comes down to art, that's my skill set with graphic art. But usually, a lot of times, I'm really good at doing remixing with the graphic art versus original graphic art.
Huh.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of my style with that. But I mean, I've always, I always loved art. I mean, I've always, when I was younger, bought books or DVDs, CDs, and I just look at it because the artwork. I don't even know sometimes if the music or movie's any good. I look at the artwork and it draws me in. Even the book could be shitty. I don't know, and I'm like, oh, the art's amazing. So if the book's no good, at least I got a great art piece.
Huh. That's a good way to look at it. I always hear it like opposite, like the music draws people in, and then they become fans of the art. So
Yeah. And
So
then
do you know exactly what you're painting now, or are you just kind of freestyling?
well, I got a little. I don't know if the camera's. There's a little reference on the bottom, just a sphere.
Okay.
So so I'm just kind of starting where like the light is hitting with some of my lighter values, and I'll try to kind of build the form with the dark.
Okay.
yeah.
I wanted to do like a little bit. I've had this idea a while in my head, and I just kind of wanted to go with the circle theme, but I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more. Instead of just like a flat circle, make it like more 3D
Okay.
coming out.
Yeah, it's amazing because 3D is like evolving so quick. I think they got what, like 10D now or 7D or something like that.
What is? I don't even know
Like,
what that
because
is.
it connects all the senses. You could feel it, smell it, taste it, interact with it. It pretty much feels like it's real. So, like, if you're in a scenario where you're getting shot, you're gonna feel like you're getting shot. You're getting punched. You're getting punched. You're drowning in a river. You're pretty much gonna feel that. So, like, it's really gotten that advanced now. Like in other countries like Romania, Japan, and Australia, and countries like that, Dubai, UAE, Middle East, they have it like that. Like it's that crazy out there.
Yeah, that's nuts. I never really heard of that. Is that like people using
It's like a
like
special.
goggles or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah. I mean, well, supposedly they could do it without the glasses in those countries because they're like screens are so advanced.
Huh.
But I think it's like what $20, $30 a ticket, so it's not bad. But it's really amazing how they evolved so much. Like I know the greatest uh TV displays in Las Vegas, the spear. It's like the big ass spear thing, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I was in Vegas a few months ago, and to see that in person, that thing was neat.
You went for the Super Bowl?
No, no way. That'd be too crowded for me.
That Super Bowl was fucking terrible. Made me mad. Um,
How did it make you?
the whole 49ers, they didn't win, and they kept getting so many flags out of the blue. It was weird. It came off to me like the game was just rigged. Like it didn't sit right with me the whole game. It just really didn't sit right with me with that game.
Stop it.
I thought for sure they were gonna win. Like that last, they kicked that long field goal, and I'm just like, oh man, that guy just made the most important kick in his life. I'm like, they just won the game, and then I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, that's just how I felt too.
Got to play defense too.
Yeah, but I just feel like there's just too many flags thrown.
The flags wasn't not one flag in that final drive when they lost the game. They gave up a horrible touchdown, and they kicked the field goal. You gotta win. You gotta put it in the end zone, man. Gotta put it in the end zone, especially versus Mahomes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was a good
Yeah.
It was a good game. It was a great game, man. They was winning most of the game. They was really frustrating Kansas City. They did a good job defensively of keeping them off balance, and they kept Kelsey out the game. They did a good job, man. And people are, to me, diminishing what they did by talking about Taylor Swift and conspiracy theories. It's like it's ridiculous. They lost the damn game. They just get over it.
But it's crazy,
Yeah.
like her as an artist, that what she did, what she brought to the game too. Like that was the most watched show ever in history. Like that.
Yeah, and
That's
I mean that's wild though. I mean,
Yeah, man, she's a big star, bro.
she's became the biggest female pop star of all time, and she's a billionaire. It's insane because like, you know, not even most people her level are even that. Like, I mean, Kanye West was a billionaire for a while, but that's the only other person I could think of besides them. I think Drake also, Jay-Z. There's only a few artists who are actually billionaires. So it's it's just crazy actually. So, you know, with that with all your spirals and stuff like that, I mean, would you consider those things like would you consider like the sun, the moon, a star, or would you say they're like a galaxy?
Like the circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe probably more like a galaxy or like a portal, a dimension, or it could even be
Yeah.
like a soul, maybe. Like it could
Okay. Yeah.
like a lot. That's the weird thing. Like it just kind of evolves. But like I just been so drawn to it. No pun intended, but
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know
that's
what
that's
it.
definitely remarkable. And then you know, there's been so many movies. So which character do you think that you would classify yourself with, that, you know, you'd be that character and you relate to them? Would you be E.T., a Gremlin, a Troll, SpongeBob, Popeye, Garfield, or Felix the Cat?
Yeah, definitely not SpongeBob. You say E.T.?
Yeah, E.T.
Maybe I feel like maybe I can relate to ET a little bit more. Like I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes a stranger on this planet. um, like I can kind of relate to that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's very true. That's definitely very true. Um, but yeah, I mean, as yeah, that's just that's oh, and then well, when you speak up, I guess one of my viewers told me they're having a hard time hearing.
Oh, okay, good one.
Yeah,
I think I'm a little quiet a lot of times.
yeah, yeah. So, who would you say like is the first artist painting that you bought?
um, I think a lot of like art that I have, I've collected like other like artists that I've known or went to school with. I do own a Val Kilmer painting.
Yeah,
Um, he does kind of similar to my shirt, actually.
yeah,
Of different characters he's played in.
yeah.
So I got one of him as Doc Holliday, and I actually got to meet him. So I got a picture of him and with the painting,
Wow.
and then the other artwork I own. I believe he's a Russian artist, but he's kind of he ended up spending the later years of his life in Arizona,
Oh wow.
and he never showed his artwork. I guess
Yeah,
he was always thought his art was worth more than galleries
yeah.
told him he was. So after he passed away, I guess basically he had just like a warehouse full of artwork,
Wow.
and I came across a guy that was like helping sell like the estate,
Yeah,
and so I bought a piece of that from him, and it was just his story was crazy. Like I guess he used to help um, uh, people escape from
yeah,
Germany. The families would come to him, and they would pay for him to get them out of the country.
yeah,
So it's just kind of a really, I can't even pronounce his name, some kind of Russian
yeah,
name, but just kind of a fascinating. Uh, his style is very much like Van Gogh, like kind of impressionist, and
yeah.
but yeah, I don't really.
I want to ask, how do you? I mean, the circle is pretty much perfect. You're so good at drawing circles that you just automatically know how to make them perfectly round
I want to. I'd lie and say yes, but I actually drew it
beforehand. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I wish I could do a perfect circle, but
Man, yeah, the shading,
Wow.
it makes it look round. It's so good. The shading is so good. And
yeah,
also, how were you able to just draw on top of the black without it? Is you just put so much red in there that it was able to go over the black without any issues?
yeah. Well, you probably can't see it from the camera, but a lot of the background is showing through. So I mean,
Oh,
ideally,
okay.
I'd probably have to let this dry and do another coat.
Okay.
Um, or if it adds to the painting where you can see stuff underneath it, like
Give
who
it
knows?
a cool look, right?
Yeah.
So would you be a cowboy, astronaut, or hunter?
Astronaut.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know about coming back to Earth though. Like seeing some of those movies, or even like footage, like the spaceships like all on fire, would be kind of intense. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it definitely would be intense, but it seems like an interesting lifestyle. Definitely does. What do you think the future holds for the industry and then just the world in general?
um, well, like kind of like what you mentioned a little bit, like with AI and stuff. I think that's just going to push artists to get even better. Um, the people that like to do traditional painting, like myself, like it'll just force, I think, their skill level up if they don't kind of match, the AI and stuff that's coming. Um, so like
Yeah.
kind of mentioned, like there's no rules in art, so it's just however you get your thoughts down on a canvas or paper or poster.
Yeah, that's very true. This kind of also this art piece reminds me of I don't know if you've seen the Alien series, but V. You ever see V?
No.
Yeah, it was a good series. I think from
Yeah,
80s,
from the
90s.
'80s.
Yeah, that was a
Who
good
was in it?
series.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
Yeah, old school.
Huh. I know
yeah,
him, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that series.
yeah. It was intense, but they had things like that. Like a lot of the Alien movies have like the spirals or the spears they're in. Sometimes they're not even in the spaceship; they're just like in some kind of circle type thing.
Yeah, there's one of the guys that designed like the actual Alien movie, H.R. Geiger. Like his artwork is just so, it's so twisted. Like I really love his work.
Oh, it is remarkable. Is definitely remarkable.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's pretty good.
I'm just kind of going back and taking like a dry brush and just blending
Yeah.
in some of those values together.
So you would say this would be like a abstract painting?
I Yeah, I mean there's some elements of like real things, like like the sphere, but like it's not necessarily like representing anything. So
Right, right. That's what I think of when I
Yeah.
see when I say abstract. Abstract, it
Yeah.
just doesn't have it's not of anything. That's like you said. It's not of. It's just ideas thrown into a canvas.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the background, that's what was that? What were you thinking when you created that?
That's actually a smashed television. Um,
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
so it's all different parts from the TV. Like there's like little bits and screens and broken glass,
Wow.
and then I turned the contrast up real high, so it just kind of turned into something different.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
And it's just something that I've been sitting on for many years and just not know what to do with it. And then I decided to kind of make it part of this series.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
It's just crazy how the circle look like it's popping from the
It's getting
canvas.
there, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It seemed like it's like you want to work the light and dark at the same time to get those two values, and once you get those two values, like then it really starts coming to life.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's take a quick break,
Yeah,
Brad,
and then we'll
and
be
then come back with snack
snack
time.
time. Yeah.
Snack.
this show is about is you try the snacks and you give it a rating of 1 through 10. You say how it tastes, and then I'll hit you like hot ones with a random ass question. So first up, I got the Doritos Dynamite Sticks Smoky Chili Quesadilla. Some weird ass flavor.
So those are the
yellow ones.
sticks.
Yeah. Got these from the dark web of
Oh my god,
Liechtenstein. That's where I got
those
these.
are bad.
They're terrible. Oh, here you go.
I'm gonna say a 2.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible. It's a
Give it
0.
2.
And
Give
it
a
tastes like cheese mixed with garlic, mixed with guacamole. It's an awful taste.
Yeah, they're bad, man.
It's awful. And then I got these.
What you think?
They're not too bad.
Well,
Yeah.
Are you gonna give it a rating from 1 to 10?
A 5 or 6.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, well you did. You gave
Not
it
too
better
bad.
than us.
And then which board game would you be?
Board game?
Yeah.
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap's a good one. And then I got the Takis Chips Barbecue Blast from the dark web of Lithuania. These right here look really, really spicy. They really do. Honestly, they do. Let's try these.
They're not bad, man. I give them a 6.
Give them a 10. They kind of taste like a barbecue chip.
Well, I'll even go higher and say 7 now.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty good, man.
And then, I give them a 10. They taste like a barbecue chip, though.
What you think, Mike?
I'm still tasting the spice from the other one.
Yeah?
Kind of messing with it, but yeah, it's pretty good. Like a 7 or 8.
Yeah? What snack would you be?
Probably Oreos. I see.
Oreos are good, man. Oreos are good. Yeah, I got berry clouds from the dark web. Amaritus. Let's get on this cloud nimbus and fly it like Goku in this bitch right here. It's looks pretty good. Let's see. It's very very kind of tastes like a cotton candy. Kind of tastes like cotton candy. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of reminds me of cotton candy. Yeah. And then
I give them a 5. They're okay.
5, yeah.
Yeah, like a 5. Yeah, it's just sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would you be a plague, a Greek god, or a McNugget buddy?
I think a Greek god. I just go right to comic books like Thor.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Thor is amazing. And then I got these Oreo Space Dunks cupcake from the dark web of Lichu. Let's go to Space Jam with some Space Dunks. Let's see what these actually look like. Oh, nice. Got the pink. It's got the red. Kind of looks like a cotton candy massacre or something.
Dude, it has pop rocks inside of it.
Oh, that's crazy.
This is for somebody who's smoking a lot of weed, man.
Honestly, I give it a 10.
I'll give it a 6.
No, I'm up there with a 10. Yeah.
It kind of, to me, the taste is like cotton candy mixed with the blueberry, raspberry, strawberry fruit punch mixed with the pop rocks, and you feel it popping.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like space. It's crazy. And then, would you be a wizard, a warlock, a witch, a sorcerer, a sage, or a Quincy?
I'll be a sorcerer.
Sorcerers are really, really cool. And then I got the other Oreo, the sequel. I got the Oreo Space Dunk Cookies from the dark web of Mecklenburg. Let's dunk these into the Space Odyssey.
So it's a cupcake made out of the same thing?
Yeah. Yep. It definitely is. And
My mouth is still sweet as hell from the last one.
I
good.
Feel the pop rocks from the other one.
These are good. These are definitely amazing. Honestly, really amazing. And then I give them a 10. It tastes.
I wish it was more pop rocks in the
in
the icing of the
Yeah.
cupcake.
They're amazing though.
That would have made it a little better. because the Pop Rocks were in the.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as many to me in the icing of the cupcake as it was in the actual cookie. But
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5. I'll get a cookie a 6.
I give
pretty good,
I give this a 10. It also kind of reminds me of s'mores in a way too, and brownies. It's got a good combination, and then yeah, it's amazing. And then Star Wars, Star Trek, or Dune. Like, which character would you be?
Oh man, I don't know what. Definitely Star Wars.
Star Wars is amazing.
I'd say Han Solo, but like it didn't end well for him, so maybe probably Chewbacca.
Yeah. And then what will you rate the Space Dunk Oreo cupcake?
Well, it definitely wasn't as good as the Oreo, so like
Yeah.
I think my expectations were a little bit higher. Like a 5.
And then I got the Pepsi Cola Soda Shop, made with the real sugar, right here from the dark web of Lesotho. And then yeah, let's try this. Let's get this ready. Let's get this ready right now. All right. Let's get this ready. All right.
Yeah,
Here
that's
you go.
really amazing, Mike,
Here
man.
you go. Here
So
you go.
This is real sugar.
Yeah,
what
real
are they-
sugar, not fake. It's real.
So everything else is just fake sugar.
That's true. It's fake, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think
yes.
only like Mexico has the stuff with the real sugar anymore. Everybody else is artificial flavor.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good.
It
It,
doesn't
it,
even taste the same.
You know what? It is good.
it,
dog.
it tastes like Pepsi, but more sweeter.
It's better.
Yeah.
They need to go back to this.
Oh,
Even
it's
when I
good.
go to
It's really good.
to get
Yeah.
tacos, I always get the
Yeah.
Mexican Cokes, man.
Yeah.
They're always good.
And then would you be a bucket, alarm clock, or makeup?
Probably a bucket.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's very very artistic, really.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think alarm clocks are just annoying.
Then I got this G Fuel Dragon Fruit Spiral Energy Drink from Dark Web of Mauritian. Let's see if they're spiraling around or not. And then be lava, beads, or spray bottle.
Lava beads?
Would you be lava, beads, or
Oh.
spray bottle?
I thought you said lava beads. I'm like, oh, what is that? Probably lava.
Yeah, lava is pretty sick. I think lava would be pretty cool. Here you go. This one is the G Fuel Dragon Fruit Spiral Energy Drink. That's what this one is.
Not big on energy
color.
drinks. Yeah, it
It's
tastes
not-
about like all of them, man. But
It's
it's not a
kind of-
bad flavor though. It's not a bad aftertaste.
I give it a 4. It kind of reminds me of I guess a watered down Sprite mixed with club soda. It's just very watered down to me.
Yeah, I give it a 5 also.
It's not that exuberant. It really isn't. I mean, it's just not. But I mean, these are amazing.
Oh, really good.
These dynamite sticks, smoked chili quesadilla are just shit. Throw them in the gutter. Throw them away. Put a blowtorch to these damn things. The Space Dunk Oreos, the Space Dunk cupcakes, amazing. These berry clouds, they're all right. And of course, the winner of the sodas is the Pepsi Cola, 100%. So how can people find you and shout outs you want to make?
I think right now, just like I'm more active, like on Instagram or Facebook as far as like art stuff goes. Let's see, any shout outs? Probably my kids, like they are obsessed with YouTube, so they probably think I'm like famous now that I'm on YouTube. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that experience has that experience helped with your art, with having kids and all that?
Yeah, I'm kind of like they see everything, for the first time. So like they're, how excited they are with different things, and it's really inspiring. you know, I just wish I had more time to create like they do. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do they do art themselves?
Yeah, my daughter she's getting good. I'm kind of jealous on that too. Like where
Yeah.
she's at this age, like she's 8.
Yeah.
Way beyond where I was at that age. Like she can draw like any Pokemon characters, and
Oh wow.
and she's really kind of like me too. Like she likes to do the details, make them look
Yeah.
exactly like how they are. So.
Yeah. Oh well, that's really really remarkable. And then would you be a dragon, a beast, or undersea creature?
Dragon.
Dragons are always amazing. Would you ever incorporate any of them inside your artwork?
I don't know yet. I have been going like towards the abstract kind of stuff, but like the famous quote I heard a long time ago, Courbet, like, show me an angel and I'll paint you one. Like,
yeah.
So I think I only paint stuff that I guess exists.
Yeah.
Not too much of the made up or fantasy.
That's amazing. And yeah, it's been Exo Dreamcatcher episode 58 with Mike Cotter, and check out his arts. And yeah, I mean it's just really amazing. Check out his art and run up all the other Habari shows. Appreciate you. Jesus be with you. God bless you all. And yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And
G Galvez says hello.
Yeah. And yeah, and then just check out his arts. I mean, his art is really groundbreaking.
Yes, dope, man. He's an amazing artist, and we hope to have him in more episodes. We hope to have you on more shows, man. We'll keeping in contact with you to share your art with
Habari Entertainment.
All right, man.
Excellent Dreamcatcher. Jesus be with you.